Hello, what's going on YouTube? It's about Lucky HD here. Today, I'm doing another pixel art tutorial build for you, and today we're going to be doing Rimuru Tempest Human Form Part 11. And that's right, I haven't moved from the other place because, as I said, I'm pretty much going to record all these parts, but just put them into smaller sectors for you. And without further ado, we're going to be doing the scarf today, and for the blocks we're going to be needing, just get rid of these blocks. We're going to be needing our gold block, which is definitely going to be needed, our light grey concrete powder, and our bone block. Now our gold block is our placement block, for those that don't know. Again, most of you should know, but always got to go over these things. And today we're going to be doing the scarf. So we're going to be doing a lot of outlining here, here and there. And then we're going to be doing some there. Now this is going to be quite hard to do. As I said before, these two blocks just don't mix together. And two reasons being why these blocks don't mix together. Bone block is going to have to be placed like this, right? So it has to be placed up, like so. It cannot be placed like this. As you can see, that's going sideways. We don't want that. See, that's correct there. And this is what makes things awkward, because I can't really place a bone block as I would like to place them. So I can't do like, oh, I can do this, and then do that. But that doesn't work, because that looks like that. So then I have to place one on top, and then go like down like that. And that becomes like really awkward. So what I've decided to do, and the other block, the light grey concrete powder, well, if I tried to place this up here, it just falls down. So it's quite annoying, the blocks we're using, but there's nothing else we can do about it, because I mean we have to use these blocks because the build looks awesome with these blocks. So that's why we're going to use these blocks. And this is where our placement blocks come in. So we're going to be using our placement block, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be outlining the edge of the light grey concrete powder, but we're going to be doing it with our gold block. And then what we're going to do after that, we're going to take out our bone block, and we're going to place our bone block on top. So we're going to do like this, and we do like an up left diagonal, and so I break that, and with our bone block we would place on like that. So that's what it's going to be like. And of course there are some gaps that would be awkward to get, but we can like improvise getting into those gaps. And without further ado, enough of that explaining, but I just had to get that said, because just so you know, we're on the same page basically. And once we've flown over to this light grey concrete powder, we're going to do an up left diagonal from here, and then we're going to do another up left diagonal and place one to the left. Then we're going to do another up left diagonal, and we're going to place 3 on top. So 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do another up left diagonal, and we're going to place 1 to the left. Then we're going to do another up left diagonal and place another 1 to the left. Then we're going to do a bottom left diagonal, and we're going to do another bottom left diagonal, and then we're going to do an up left diagonal. And from this up left diagonal, we're going to do another up left diagonal, and then we're going to place 5 going to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, it's just kind of underneath, hovering over there. And we should be looking like that so far. And once we have done that, we're going to float back in. And then from here, we're going to do another up left diagonal. Then we're going to do another up left diagonal. And we're going to go up by 1. Then we're going to place 1 to the left. And then we're going to do another up left diagonal, just like so. And then we're going to do a bottom left diagonal. And then we're going to do an up left diagonal. And then from this up left diagonal, we're going to go up by 1. So, go up by 1. And then we're going to do a bottom left diagonal. So just place 1 to the left here, just like so. And then we're going to place 2 going underneath. So 1, 2. Right. And once we've done this, we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And we're going to place 2 going to the left. So 1, 2. Then we're going to place 1 underneath. And then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And we're going to place 1 to the left. Then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And we're going to place another 1 going to the left. And then we're going to do an up left diagonal. And we're going to do another up left diagonal. And then place 1 to the left of the bottom one here. So basically just do bottom left diagonal. We should be looking like this so far. Do a quick zoom out. And now I'm going to fly back in. And then from here, we're going to do another bottom left diagonal, just like so. And then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And we're going to place one to the left, and then we're going to do an upper left diagonal, and we're going to place one on top. And fly back to the one where we did the upper left diagonal from, so back to these two here. And once we've flown back to these two here, we're going to do a bottom left diagonal, and we're going to place two underneath, so 1, 2. So it should look like that. And then I'm going to fly back in, and then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal from here. And then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And then we're going to place one to the left, and then we're going to place one on top. And then we're going to fly back to the one where we place one to the left to, so back to this one here. And once we have flown back to this one here, we're going to place one going underneath. So we should look like that so far. And once we have done that, we're going to do a bottom left diagonal from here. And then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal, just like so. Then we're going to place one to the left. Then we're going to do an up left diagonal. And then from this up left diagonal, we're going to do a bottom left diagonal. And from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to do another bottom left diagonal and place one to the left. And then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And then we're going to do an upper left diagonal. And from this upper left diagonal, we're going to place one underneath. And then we're going to do a bottom left diagonal, just like so. And then we're going to do another up left diagonal. And then we're going to place one underneath, just like so. And then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. Then we're going to do an up left diagonal. And then we're going to place one underneath, just like so. And then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. Then do another up left diagonal. And place another one underneath. And then do another bottom left diagonal. And we're just going to zoom out, and we should look like that. And there we go. And we're going to fly back into the one sticking out over here. And we're going to place 7 going to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we're going to do a bottom left diagonal. And then do another bottom left diagonal. And then we're going to place one to the left. Then do an up left diagonal. And then place one underneath. And then do a bottom left diagonal. And then we're going to place one to the left. Then do an up left diagonal. And then we're going to place 3 going on top. So 1, 2, 3. Then do a bottom left diagonal, just like so. And then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And we're going to place one to the left. Then do another bottom left diagonal. Place one underneath. And then do another bottom left diagonal. And then do another bottom left diagonal. And then do another bottom left diagonal. And then do an up left diagonal. And again, we're just going to zoom out so we can have a look at what we've done so far. So that's what we should have done so far. I'm going to fly back in. And then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal from here. Then I'm going to place one to the left. And then I'm going to do an up left diagonal, just like so. And then from this up left diagonal, I'm going to place one to the left. Then we're going to place one underneath. And then we're going to do a bottom left diagonal. And then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And then this time we're going to do an up left diagonal. Then from this up left diagonal that we've done, we're going to place one to the left. Then do a bottom left diagonal. I can't place it. There we go. And then do another up left diagonal. And then we're going to place 2 going up. So 1, 2. And then we're going to place 2 going to the left. So 1, 2. And then we're going to move into the 1. Then we're going to move into the right by 1. So into this middle one here. And what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 underneath. And then we're going to do a bottom left diagonal. Just like so. And then once we've done that bottom left diagonal, we're going to do 3 more bottom left diagonals. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to place 1 to the left. And then we're going to do a bottom left diagonal. And then again, we're just going to zoom out and have a look at what we've done so far. So that's what we've done so far. And once we've done that, fly back into this one over here. then we're going to place 8 going to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And we're going to place 6 to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then do an up left diagonal. And then from this up left diagonal, we're going to place 3 going to the left. So 1, 2, 3. And then do another bottom left diagonal. And then we're going to place 3 going to the left again. So 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And we're going to place 2 to the left. So 1, 2. Then do another bottom left diagonal. And place 3 to the left. So 1, 2, 3. Then do an up left diagonal. Then place 1 to the left. And then place 1 underneath. And then do a bottom left diagonal. And we're just going to zoom out and have a look at what we've done so far. So that's what we should have done so far. And as you can see, we've just got over halfway. So we still haven't explained that part. So we do have a lot to do in this sector. And once we have flown back over to here, we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And place 1 to the left. Then we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And then from this bottom left diagonal here, we're just going to go all the way to the left. So we're on top of here, on this first grey concrete powder, just like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to skip this block, and then move on to this block here. And then we're going to place 1 on top here, just like so. And we're going to place 4 going to the left from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to do an up left diagonal. And we're going to place 1 going to the left. And then we're going to do another up left diagonal. And we're going to place 1 on top. And then we're going to place 1 to the left. And then we're going to do 3 up left diagonals. So 1, 2, and 3. And from this third one, we're going to place 5 going to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to do another up left diagonal. And we're going to place 1 on top. Then we're going to place 1 to the left. And then we're going to do a bottom left diagonal from here, just like so. And place 1 to the left. And then we're going to do an up left diagonal. And then do another up left diagonal. And then we're going to place 1 on top. And then we're going to do an upright diagonal, just like so. And then from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 2 going to the left. So 1, 2. And then we're going to do a bottom left diagonal, just like so. Then place 1 to the left. And do an up left diagonal. And then do another up left diagonal. And then we're going to place 1 going to the left. And we're just going to zoom out and have a look at what we've done so far. So we should be looking like this so far. And we're going to fly back in. And then we're going to do another up left diagonal from here. And we're going to place 2 going up. So 1, 2. And then we're going to do an up left diagonal. And then we're going to do an upright diagonal, just like so. So we should look like that. And then once we have done that, we're going to place 1 on top, like so. And then we're going to fly underneath by 1, so back to here. I'm going to place 2 going to the left. So 1 and 2. Then we're going to place 1 on top, fly back down, fly 1 back to here. And place 1 to the left. And then we're going to do a bottom left diagonal from here. And that little part there is to just look like that. And once we've done that, fly back into here. And then once we've flown back in, we're going to do another bottom left diagonal. And from this bottom left diagonal, we are going to do an up left diagonal and place 1 on top. And we should look like that. And then we're going to fly down by 1 and place 1 to the left here. So do a bottom left diagonal. And then we're going to do an up left diagonal and we should look like that. And then we're going to place 1 to the left and then do another up left diagonal. I'm just going to zoom out and have a look at what we've done so far. So we should be looking like this. And I'm going to just fly back in. And then I'm going to do an up left diagonal. And then I'm going to do an up right diagonal. And then I'm going to place 1 to the right. And then I'm going to place 1 on top. And then I'm going to move down back to this space here. So this one right here. Oh, not mean to break it. And once we are flown back to here, I'm going to place 2 going up. So 1, 2. Should look like that so far. And then I'm going to fly back to this center line here. And I'm going to place 1 to the left. So in the middle, like the 3 going up basically like that. And overall we should just be looking like this. And once we have done that, we're going to do a bottom left diagonal from here. And then we're going to do an up left diagonal. And then we're going to do a bottom left diagonal. Just like so. And then do another bottom left diagonal. And then we're going to place 3 going to the left. So 1, 2, 3. And then do an up left diagonal. And then from this up left diagonal, we're going to do a bottom left diagonal and place 1 to the left. And then we're going to do an up left diagonal from here. And from this up left diagonal, we're going to place 1 on top, 1 to the right, and then 1 on top. There we go. So far, we should be looking like that. And then once we've done this, we're going to fly back into the one here. So this one right here that I'm looking at. So on the very top left, farthest to the end, so just like this. And once we have flown to here, we're going to do it up left diagonal, and we're going to place 1 on top. So I'm just going to zoom out so you can see where we went from. So we went from right there. I'm just going to fly back in. Then I'm going to do another up left diagonal from here, and then I'm going to do another up left diagonal. And then from this up left diagonal, I'm going to place 1 on top and 2 to the right. So 1, 2. And then I'm going to fly back down to this one here. So back to the one where we went 1 on top and then 2 to the right too. So back to this one. And I'm going to place 2 to the left. So 1, 2. Then I'm going to do a bottom left diagonal. And then I'm going to do an up left diagonal. And then I'm going to do a bottom left diagonal. And then I'm going to do an up left diagonal. And then I'm going to do a bottom left diagonal. Just like so. And there we go. That is all the outlining done. Now, that was quite long. You know, as you see, it's quite a messy build and part this is. And there we go. That should look like that so far. Now, here's where we get onto the hard part. So now, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get our bone block out. And what we're going to be doing with our bone block, we're going to be placing on top of the gold block, so going in up this side here, we're going to be placing our bone block, and we're going to be placing it above the gold block. And we want to make sure it's not sideways. So we don't want to be going along like this, and then just going all the way like that, because, as you see, it doesn't work. Sometimes it goes right, but that's just because that's the first placement you do. So we have to go over very slowly, which I would usually cut this out, but I don't really want to cut this out because it's a complicated part and there's kind of a lot of explaining to do. So I'm just going to place it on top like this. And it is going to be long, but do bear in mind this is for the better of the build. And as you can see right here, seeing what I've done, we also need to cover this spot here. And as you see, placing it like that doesn't work. So what I have to do is get a placement block, just place like that. And place up, and then there you go, and it should just look like that. And if you want, you can layer it up a tiny bit more, so you can just kind of do this and kind of then do that as well, just so it's layered up. And we need to make sure that we are covering every side of this gold, because if we're not, then the build just won't work for the shading. And the reason being is because once we have covered it with our bone block, we're going to have to break our gold block. And why do we have to break our gold block? Well, the reason why we have to break it is because the gold block shouldn't be there. It should be light grey concrete powder. And as I've already have explained, the reason why we can't use light grey concrete powder is because it just doesn't stick. And that's why we just use a placement block instead. And you know, if we could use the bone block to outline, I would have done that, but the bone block's too hard to explain because you can't place it correctly, right? So that's why I didn't do bone block and just use gold block instead, because that's probably the easiest, just any old placement block. So this is a bit of annoying shading to do, I'm not gonna lie. It is very annoying, but you know, in the end, it's what makes the build look good. I mean, we don't want to just switch the light grey concrete powder just to something else light grey, because, you know, it's just what makes it look good. There's no point changing it, just make things more harder. Or just because things are harder. But yeah, we do have a lot of filling in to do. This did take a lot longer than expected. And again, that gap there is just going to be that as well. Just going to fill it in. I'm not going to lie, I love the sound of placing bone block. I don't know if anyone else likes the sound of it. I just think it sounds very satisfying. It's like a tune beating. Like a pew pew. I mean, you can hear it as you place it in. I also would recommend putting like some, you know, like kind of music on if you want right now. Because there is quite a bit. It's not loads, but I do also wonder how people fill in. Do they just like kind of sit there in silence and just fill in for ages, or do you listen to some music or watch like another video or so? For me, usually I listen to some music, but I'll tell you one thing, I am not cultured in music at all. So what music do I listen to? Wow, I pretty much just listen to anime openings and endings. So yeah, I'm a pretty much a total weeb. I just don't listen to music. I don't have anything wrong, it's music, I just don't listen to it. Like, I just listen to anime tunes when filling in. Obviously, I'm not gonna put those tunes on because you probably can't unless I use copyright free ones, but I'm not gonna bother putting any music on. Because it takes me about like 2 hours to find music because, well, with the whole YouTube thing and everything as well. But I already do have some music, but yeah, there's probably just no point. Because I have to explain things as well. But yeah, I'm interested if people want to put down in the comments to what they, to how they fill in. If they listen to something like a podcast or just anything, or just sit there in silence. I usually used to sit there in silence, but I realised when sitting there in silence, I just got really bored. And I just started making random sounds. So I just started like beatboxing, like just going and like just stuff like that. And because I was literally bored to death of just filling in for so long, because filling in can take hours to do. And I mean, when are we done? Okay, we're almost at the end. Yeah, anyway, I usually listen to anime tunes, and put down in the comments what you listen to, or just what you do. And there we go. Just gonna layer up a bit more in some of these areas. So, for the bone block, I would explain to fill it all the way up to the top, but we don't really want to do that, because there's a couple more things we have to do. So, there's not really any shading in here, or here. It's here and here. So, to be honest, as long as you were to, if you were to create a line here with your gold block, actually, yeah, let's say we got a gold block out just for now, right? And actually, not this line, we'll go to the other side. Actually, does it matter? Yeah, we'll just go to the other side. I swear this is higher, but I'm not so sure. But we'll go to the left hand side here with our gold block, and we're gonna just fill in a line. Okay, it was a line. I wasn't so sure, but it actually is in line. So there you go. So we've just capped off that area, and the reason why we've done that is because basically, now I can explain it just a bit easier. All of this inside here, so this little part here, this part here, and all the way along here, inside here as well, and inside here, is all bone block. So all inside those little areas are bone block. And also, actually, I mean, I'll say if you want to do it, I'm not going to fill it in, but that part is also bone block as well. Actually, you know what, no, I will fill it in. I'll fill it in as well, so that's bone block as well. And that little part there, that's not bone block, so just leave that, just don't touch that at all for now. Because that's part of the hair, so I explain that when that's part done. So yeah, put your gold block over there, so we've outlined it, so basically we don't go over the top, because bone block will be in here, it's just more shading to do, and I think I'm going to leave this shading, because we have there's a lot of explaining, so I'm going to leave that sector. Well, actually no, I don't think we're going to leave it, or we might leave it, yeah, so we're going to leave that sector for the next part as well. Because, yeah, this part took a lot more longer than I thought it was. And again, this is definitely by far the biggest outline and the most complicated one to do. They're not always this complicated, but this one's quite difficult. But now that I've explained where all the bone block goes, so all inside here, make sure you don't go over the gold block. And if you want, I'm going to fill that pit in there as well. So I'll just put a couple of bone blocks in there just so you know where we're going to fill it in. So I'll just put a couple here. If anything, again, I'll just outline the black concrete. Just like so. These are really awkward to place. I can't go fast. I wish I could, but there's just no way. Probably why this takes so long as well. Okay, there you go. So you can see in there. And that's it. Just there and there. And I've already explained this, but again, just to get it, make sure you get it correct. We are breaking all of this gold block, so not a single gold block should remain. Make sure you don't break the bone block, and we're going to fill all of it in with light grey concrete powder. And now, without further ado, let me get everything into frame, this little part here. So, for those that want to fill it in themselves and don't want to see the end result and just want to fill it in and see it themselves, how good it looks and just how cool it looks or whatever, then you can pause the video now. And for those that want to see it filled in, so you have something to base a reference off, just so you make sure you don't go wrong, then you can pause the video right now. There we go. There's something filled in. So again, pause the video if you're here just to see this as a reference. If you already done it, then nice. And that means we have completed everything so far for this part, because it took a lot longer to do than I thought it was going to take. I didn't actually bear in mind that the build was actually massive this part. But as you can see, we've destroyed all the gold blocks and we've replaced it with the light grey concrete. I don't know if explaining this now makes things easier, because most of you probably already did it. But I just went up with the light grey concrete and then broke the gold block and then placed light grey concrete powder there. And then I just did exactly the same. So I just went like up and down to the gold. And that's how I did it in the end. And see, we still got the gold blocks at the top. I kept that there because I didn't say to break that. And there was no point in breaking that, because we might as well keep it there just so we know where to go off. But now that you have actually filled everything in, we can actually go and destroy that, to be honest. So we're actually going to do that. We will go and destroy that now, but I kept it there for now just to show that, you know, I didn't break it and didn't go over the limit. So now we will just destroy this. All of this. God damn it. Right. There we go. And that's what I should have liked. So again, don't fill that in, because we're still not done there. But we're going to do that for the next part. That shouldn't take too long. That should not take too long. The filling in will take long, but it shouldn't take too long. And we're going to do that with the face. And then the hair is going to be a separate part. So I think that's how we're going to do things. And without further ado, I'm going to end the video here, because there's nothing else to explain. Or I'm just not, you know, going to drag it on, because I keep dragging it on so many times. Without further ado, I'll see you in the next part. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out, and goodbye.